Punchline.
Ooh, so another episode of Fighting for the Punchline here. And so the premise for today, 9/11. So, that's the premise. The premise is 9/11. And I have some bits off of it that I want to, I guess, either keep or just develop. Just trying to gather what I have. Oh yeah. So the first thing was, I was wondering if, well, not, this is the first joke of it is, the setup and the punchline is the question. And it's, the way I think I phrased it on stage was, do you think the victims of 9/11 ever tried to prosecute against the Wrigley's gum company? And then maybe there'd be a pause and then it'd be like, because of Devilment gum commercials and the whole, the Devilment gum, double your pleasure. Maybe the terrorists saw these commercials and were inspired in a way from, instead of just one tower, it's like, oh, let's get 2 towers. Let's double our fun. Anyway, that's that one joke. I think maybe if I end with the victims of 9/11, so maybe like, I wonder if the Ripley's gum company, the ones responsible for those Devilment gum commercials, have ever been prosecuted by the victims of 9/11. That way the 9/11 is hidden until the very end. That'll be the punchline. Because then when they think about it, then I'll explain it more. People who will get it with the 9/11, but if I want to hammer it in with the explanation about the double your fun and all that stuff. And then I think I did, on stage once, I did like a minor, not an impression, but just like, as if I was a terrorist. It's like, all right, the plan is we're going to take a plane, we're going to put it in a building. There we go. That's the plan. The commercial will come up and then it'd be like, whoa, 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 there's 2. We have a missed opportunity here. Why don't we? Like maybe one of the terrorists chewing is like, stop chewing your gum. Maybe like, it'll be like, one terrorist is telling the plan and the other guy's chomping his gum, and then the other guy's getting annoyed and he's like, stop it, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm just chewing my Doberman gum. It's almost like a commercial for Doberman gum. Another tag would be like, hey, did anybody in like the Ripley's Doberman gum company ever like see that as a missed opportunity? Like any marketing, like any out of touch marketer saw 9/11 and was like, oh man, we could do something here. But everyone is advising against it. It's like, no, don't touch that shit. And just there's some guy at the Devilment marketing company who's like, I don't know, guys. It's right there. It's for the taking. And then the tag off of that is just the industry of, not necessarily industry, like there is an industry, but I've seen products of 9/11, commemorative 9/11, we will never forget, that kind of stuff. Never for 9/11, all this September 11th memorabilia kind of stuff. When they put 9/11 on t-shirts, I don't know, I don't think I've ever seen it, but I'm pretty sure it might be out there where the 2 ones in 9/11 are the 2 towers. So it's kind of like, as far as marketing goes, it's an ingenious use of icon, imagery and, text. But, obviously it's kind of fucked up. When I was riffing about this joke, certain parts of it on stage, I was kind of vamping for a while because I kind of lost my footing, and I was talking about how, obviously it's an uncomfortable subject, but I kind of like taboo subjects like that, and I like to find funny things in that kind of stuff, like I guess a lot of comedians. But so on stage I said that I will find something horrible to talk about, and then I'll work backwards from there. Because on an open mic, a lot of people have like their written jokes, and like then when those don't work, they vamp or they improvise, kind of thing. And when I vamp or improvise, I kind of just talk about like why that didn't work, or why I thought it would work, or just people who comment on their failure, and that always gets a laugh. It's like, oh, well, that sucked, and everyone laughs about how much that joke sucked. A lot of the audience was comedians, because the people who were on the audience were the ones who were going up, but there are some people who weren't. But either way, I got another extra laugh for that, so I think that's another joke as far as about taboo subjects, 9/11, I guess. okay, if I was going to make a pros and cons list, what can I find pro about the towers coming down? Let me just say that. And then, so one of the things I was thinking of is just like, okay, 3,000 people died, roughly, and most people could say, generally, most people are assholes. So by that logic, most people who died in 9/11 were assholes. So a lot of assholes died in 9/11. That's, you know, that's a pro. I'm just saying logical premises and linking them together, and people could think that's funny, but I doubt it's going to get a laugh. I guess maybe the New York skyline was cleared or something. Like, oh, now people can see the stars, which isn't really funny, but that's just another one of those. So it's like, this is an obvious kind of consequence of the towers falling down, but it's not really funny or even really a pro. But you know, I'm stretching there, trying to figure out pros. Oh yeah. So another thing, something about 9/11 that I don't know is like just more like a consequence. Well, it is a joke, I think. Is that whenever I see the number 9/11, I always think about 9/11. That whole saying, "We will never forget." It's almost a curse in this joke premise, but also in like reality. Because whenever I do see the number, like whenever I look at the clock and it says 9/11, I'm like, whoa! I'd like kind of like pause for a moment. Whenever I see it, I'll be like, oh shit, 9/11. I was at Pizza Hut once, and then I looked at the menu, and it was like 9 wings for $11 or something like that. And I was like, whoa! And like, obviously, they are not intending that. These are just letters. The arrangement of the letters and just brings it back. Not like I had anyone in the tragedy or like that it would bring up anything. It's kind of like Pee-wee's Playhouse, which I never saw as a kid, but I've seen clips and I kind of know. There's this thing, I guess whenever he's the word of the day or whenever they say the secret word or something, everybody in the house loses their shit like, rah! But that's kind of like how it is with 9/11 for me. Whenever I see 9/11, I'm like, oh shit, 9/11. I mean, I say it all the time. So it's like, oh shit, 9/11. It's just, I guess I'll never forget. I have an idea about the time of 9/11, like 9/11. Those numbers, like why those numbers. And I remember when that first happened, I don't know where I heard it, either I heard it online or somebody said it to me and I just remembered it, is that the reason why the terrorists attacked us on 9/11 was because like 9/11 is our like emergency number, like, oh, 9/11 is like when we need help, and they chose to attack us on that number because like nobody could help us on 9/11. It's like, oh, we're gonna call 9/11, but no one's gonna help because this is like a terrible thing, obviously. I remember thinking it was like, oh, like kind of those stupid things you notice. Not I noticed it, but like somebody will say something and it's like kind of a clever thing to say, or not that they're trying to be clever, but they say something and it like kind of makes sense. It's like, oh shit, 9/11, nah. And I kind of realized it's obviously stupid. It's kind of like those stupid, conspiracy theories, like the crazy ones and any kind. But like where it's like, did you ever think about this? And it's like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. It kind of makes sense now, but even though maybe just a coincidence and all that stuff. Okay, when can terrorists attack us in the future to like make it mean something? So maybe like they'll attack us on I don't know, 411 to maybe give us an informative message, or if they're gonna attack us for our, I guess, consumerism or that kind of thing, or just they hate Slurpees or something like that, they'll attack us on 7/11, July 11th or something. And I'm kind of sticking with the 11, but this is the public relations team, or maybe promotional team for the terrorists. It's like, when should we attack them? We gotta pick our date. Sweeps week. We gotta think about sweeps. We gotta think about ratings and all this stuff. So, I mean, maybe that's more of a, maybe combining those, the terrorist thing would be funny in a skit or something. Like, you know, maybe the year before 9/11, this whole thing is going on. It's like, oh, fuck, when are we going to do this thing? What are we going to do? 1 tower, 2 towers, all that thing. So, yeah. Pretty weird. But as far as 9/11 goes, I think that's good for now. So that's episode 7. Bam.